Welcome back to my LS Luxury Auto, the 2025 Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Something about it commands silence more than sound. The proportions smartly balance stateliness with elegance, long overhangs, taut shoulders, subtle curves, and carefully tapered details hint at the performance and restraint that lie beneath. It doesn't shout, it asserts. The grille is broad but not aggressive, the lighting signature is confident without being flashy, and even in photos the car seems to hover above the ground. But once you open a door and slide inside, the impression shifts. This is less a car and more a mobile sanctuary, a capsule that aims to transform the everyday into something extraordinary. In fact, calling it a private jet on the road feels less like hyperbole and more like ambition. Cross the threshold and you're greeted by a cocoon of luxury. The materials are thorough, supple leather, open-pore woods, brushed metals, and surfaces that feel handcrafted rather than mass-stamped. The fit and finish are near obsessive, every seam aligned, every transition smooth. Insulation is not a feature but a philosophy. The outside world recedes, replaced by silence or the soft hum of climate control. Ambient lighting pours around contours and flows in gentle cycles, reinforcing a mood of calm precision rather than theatrical flair. You settle into seats that do more than cradle, they contour, massage, heat, cool, and adjust in dozens of ways so that over long hours you forget fatigue. In rear configurations, especially the long wheelbase or Maybach variants, legroom and headroom grow into the realm of first class, and rear occupants can manage their own climate and media zones. The sense of being carried, not driven, becomes palpable. At the heart of the experience is technology that feels alive. The MBUX interface has evolved into a layered presence: central OLED displays, vivid 3D instrument clusters, gesture and voice control, and adaptive profiles that seem to learn your preferences. The car remembers you. It adjusts lighting, seating position, temperature, music, even the degree of assist you prefer, and can transition seamlessly as driving modes change. All models now come with smartphone digital key capability as standard. New for 2025 is a front center airbag between the driver and passenger to reduce head impact in side crashes. A subtle safety upgrade that's also in line with Mercedes' ambition to blend luxury and passive protection more intimately. Underneath, the S-Class offers a trio of powertrains that balance power and smoothness in different ways. The base S500 model uses a turbocharged 3.0-liter inline-six with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, generating 442 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 9-speed automatic and all-wheel drive. That yields a 0 to 60 mph time in the mid-4-second range. Step up and the S580 offers a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8, putting out around 496 horsepower and 516 pound-feet, with the same hybrid assist and all-wheel drive, cutting the sprint times further. For efficiency and silent cruising, the S580e plug-in hybrid blends the 6-cylinder engine with an electric motor for a combined output near 503 horsepower and a purely electric range estimated around 46 to 58 miles in testing. Even the base model delivers strong fuel economy for its size, while the V8 sacrifices a little but remains refined. The ride dynamics are where the S-Class leans hardest into the private jet analogy. Air suspension is standard, but the optional e-active body control system actively reads road surface ahead and adjusts damping and spring forces wheel by wheel. It can even tilt the car subtly into curves, mimicking how an aircraft banks. This system helps cancel undulations, bumps, and imperfections so thoroughly that occupants often comment they feel more weight shifts than jolts. Steering is precise yet weighted, and all-wheel steering helps make the long body surprisingly manageable in tighter settings. On open straights, the sense of composure at speed is uncanny. You feel like you're sliding through the world rather than being buffeted by it. Safety and assistance systems form the backbone of the illusion of floated luxury. Standard features include adaptive cruise with stop and go, lane keeping, blind spot monitoring, and autonomous emergency braking. Beyond that, the S-Class integrates a sensor suite combining radar, LiDAR, cameras, and ultrasonics to build a real-time picture of surroundings. In some highway conditions, the car can take over steering, braking, and acceleration. Level 3 autonomous in certain jurisdictions, letting you resign your hands for a stretch and relax. Mercedes calibrates such interventions to be smooth, not sudden, preserving the sense of calm. The new frontal airbag between front occupants mitigates head injury risk in side impact scenarios. In addition, at the risk of seeming theatrical, the S-Class can raise a side in a crash to absorb more impact energy. What's new for 2025 is less revolution than refinement, but those refinements matter. The center airbag now becomes standard. The digital vehicle key is included across trims. The executive trim is now renamed to Pinnacle. Exterior palette updates and interior ergonomic tweaks, lighting flows, and control intuitiveness have all been refined. Mercedes aims to make the experience less about dazzling tech, more about seamless orchestration behind the scenes. But the S-Class is not without its compromises. Some may find the profusion of screens, menus, and submenus overwhelming. The learning curve is real. The 3D gauge effects, while cool-looking, can occasionally distract. The autonomous driving system can sometimes oscillate or hesitate in ambiguous traffic situations. In very tight urban settings, the long dimensions demand awareness and caution. Maintenance costs for such a complex vehicle will not be low, especially for calibrating the active suspension, sensor arrays, and hybrid systems. Some owners already report occasional glitches or finickiness in touch controls and interfaces, reflecting the price of pushing tech boundaries. Yet ultimately, the 2025 S-Class feels less like a sedan and more like a literal vision of what happens when you put aircraft-level comfort, isolation, and intelligence into automobile form. You arrive after long-distance drives with fewer aches, less fatigue, more mental freshness. You may spend time in traffic but won't feel burdened by it. You look out the window and see the world moving past, while your cabin stays its own climate, its own soundscape, its own controlled domain. To ride in one is to experience transportation redefined, where the journey is not simply getting from A to B, but being carried in elegance, power, and serenity. In the landscape of flagship luxury sedans, the 2025 Mercedes-Benz S-Class stands not just as a statement, but a benchmark that a car can aspire to the composure and comfort of a private jet while remaining a road vehicle. It's not perfect, it's not simple, but for those who demand the ultimate in automotive quiet, intelligence, and presence, it comes closer than anything else.